And here is my sweet cream or sweet corn casserole. 14 little circles out of this. Oh my gosh, that's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And here we are. I didn't think it was gonna pop up that easily. I gotta get to chopping those onions. And you know what I forgot on my plate? A piece of sausage. Putting this on top. And oh my gosh, these are delicious. Isn't that cute? And there, that's the finished one. I wish I had videotaped in there. Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing another fall arrangement. It will be a scarecrow on a haystack. So let me get to telling you all about the supplies that you will need and we'll get to making it. Alright, so here are your supplies that you will need. You are going to need a straw bale or a haystack, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. This is September 16th of 2017, and right now they have their items at 40% off, so you might want to get there and get these items before they're gone. So first off, that haystack. Then we're going to need a little scarecrow, and you can pick any scarecrow you like. I picked this one because it can sit down on a little shelf. It's got, you know, the little legs that are flexible to bend, and I can sit him on my haystack. He's really cute. I liked his little jean, little denim outfit, and I love the fabric on the little shirt, and of course I like his little face. The only thing that I don't like is whatever this little decoration is supposed to be. I don't like the way they look, and maybe you have an idea of why I don't like the way they look, but I think I'm going to remove that and just put something else there. This was a $10 scarecrow. There's different prices on the scarecrows. I picked this one because I think the size is just fine for this particular haystack size. So just pick a scarecrow that'll fit your haystack. You might want to go with a larger one if you want a bigger display. There's even smaller ones, but I went ahead and I went with this size. This is a 5x6 by 13 inch, by the way. And that's my little scarecrow. I got 40% off on him as well. My table keeps moving, but luckily the camera moves with it. Okay, so now to decorate it, I'm going to need some florals because it's going to be an arrangement. And I got this large bush, and it's got these little mums, and I think these sort of like daisy sunflower type flowers. It's got some little berries on there, and I really like this. This is a $20 bush, also from Hobby Lobby. I think pretty much all the items that I have here are from Hobby Lobby, so let's just get that straight. Hobby Lobby is where I got everything. And again, this was 40% off, so I actually got it for $12, and I think this is a really great deal for that. Okay, and I also got these like oak leaves, and they're really pretty and orange, and I felt like that really complemented my flowers. And it also has some little berry-like items there. This was a $10 one, so I got this for $6. Now, I also got some ribbon, and this is 30 feet of ribbon, so that's 10 yards of ribbon, and it is a wire-edged ribbon, as it says so on the package. It is from their fall collection, and it is $9.99. So again, I got this for $6 because it was 40% off, and I love this pumpkin print on it, and that's exactly why I picked it. Now, I have some other items here, these little pumpkins. They're all 3 different colors, and these are also from Hobby Lobby. Now, I got these pumpkins maybe, I don't know, 4 years ago, and I use them and I put them in different places in my home, but I decided that I want to put them in my arrangement now. And yes, they do still have pumpkins like this. They have picks with pumpkins. They have different ones. They have cream colored, and they have these colors. They also have them in bags. I happen to have purchased this in a bag, and I really don't remember how much it cost me, but I can tell you right now that I didn't pay a lot of money for them because I don't ever do that. I like to look for bargains. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that I like to get products from the Dollar Tree to create different decorations and arrangements and crafts and such. But this time I decided that I'm going to go a little more high-end, and I decided to go to Hobby Lobby. Now, you can go to another store like Michael's if you wish and purchase your items there. You can even get some items at Walmart, and of course you can get some items at the Dollar Tree. So it just depends on where you find stuff. And like all this floral and the foliage, pumpkins and ribbon, and even some scarecrows you can find at the Dollar Tree. Now, they won't have this size of haystack, so maybe this is the one item that you buy, you know, at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Walmart, as I said. Now, when working with hay items, you're going to have a lot of mess. So just be prepared for that. Okay, So let's get all our supplies ready. Let's take off all our tags. We're gonna go ahead and cut off all these stems from this one large stem, the flowers and the leaves. We're gonna take off any tags on the ribbon and so forth, and we're gonna get ready. So let me tell you real quick, because I'm almost forgetting. You wanna have some tools, and these are the tools that I have. I have my hot glue gun with some glue sticks. Let's clean that off right there, yep. You'll need wire cutters, any wire cutters that you happen to have. I'm gonna use some needle nose pliers also, so if you have some of those, awesome. You're gonna need some floral wire. This is a 22 gauge. I keep looking at it, but it's the same one that I use every time. It's a 22 gauge of floral ribbon. And this, oh sorry, wire, not ribbon. This wire I got from Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, again, Michael's, Walmart, any place that they have crafts. You can even get ribbon at the Dollar Tree. It won't be in a big paddle like this, but if you don't, you're not gonna do too many arrangements, and I kind of recommend you go to Dollar Tree and get your wire from there. I also have these floral U-pins, or they're called floral pins, and that's what they look like. There you go. And I'm going to use those also. If you can invest in some of these, that's awesome, because you can use it in a lot of your arrangements. And I do have one more item that I just noticed and I'd forgotten to mention. And I happen to have a little arrangement here in my home that's kind of getting sad, because my little cat likes to crawl over it. But I'm going to show you this little arrangement. So I was going to brighten it up and make it look pretty, but I think I want to reuse this bucket for our Christmas arrangement. So I'm going to be using these cotton stems, and I got these at Hobby Lobby as well. They still have these in their floral department. They're not going to be in their fall or any seasonal place. They're going to be in the floral department, and you want to look for when they have 50% off on that. And I believe right now, at this date that I just told you, the floral stems are at 50% off. So go check that out. I think by the time you see this video, they're not going to be on sale, but they pretty much go every other week. So just keep an eye out. So I'm going to be repurposing or recycling, whatever you want to call it, these little cotton bits into my haystack arrangement. So if you're watching this now for the second time and you've already gotten your supplies and you want to watch along with me and build this together, go get your supplies. Go get yourself a little tea or whatever you want to drink. And let's get to crafting. All right, what you'll see me do next is I'm going to be taking off all the tags on my supplies. So go ahead and start doing that. And let's prep all our items that we will need for our arrangement. Awesome. All right, so what I did is I cut all my stems and my floral stems and my foliage stems, and I cut them at the longest part. So that's what you just saw me do. And I've got all these parts, and I'm going to put them at the side here. The reason that I cut them at the longest edge is because I don't know what length I'm going to need these. So just cut them at the longest edge, and then you can decide as you're building your arrangement at what length to cut them, and then you could just trim them off. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my camera a little bit further so you can see what I'm doing, and we'll get started on this. All right, so here's my haystack, and here's one way that it can go, and here's another. I like it at the lower part, but it does have these cute little wire going through it, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use it this way. So as you can see, and this will be the front. What you're looking at will be the front of my arrangement. The first thing I want to do is I want to get this Scarecrow on my arrangement. One little tag on here that I should have taken off. Okay, there we go. I want to get him on here. Now remember that I said I didn't like this little bit here, so I'm just going to pull that off, and let me trim off those little pieces of wire, and I'm actually going to cover that. I'm going to leave the leaf that's on there, but I'm going to go ahead and cover that. Now if you get a Scarecrow that's on a little pick, the little legs can bend, and then you can just cut the little wooden pick to the size to insert into the haystack. So just cut it a little bit shorter then this length of whichever side that you choose to use, whether it's this or this side. Cut the wooden stick that's coming out of the little scarecrow, and then you can just push that right in there with a little bit of glue and adhere him to the haystack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using lots of glue because I am going to glue him down. He's just going to stay on this arrangement. If you don't want to glue him down, you can use the floral pins, stick them through the denim, and then just stick it down. And I'm going to put him off center. I'm not going to put him right in the middle. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put these floral pins into his little jeans, and I'm going to put some glue in there to make sure that it all catches. And I just want to catch his little jeans. So I'm going to be using several of these floral pins. So I'm just inserting it into his little tushy, sorry, and then into the haystack. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to put some glue. Like I said, you don't have to glue him down. You can just pin him down, and there you go. He is sitting on that haystack. You know what? Let me adjust the camera because it's obviously a little too low, and I want you to be able to see up here what's going on. All right, I hope this other angle is a lot better for you, and you can see the arrangement being made a little bit better, so you can see the whole height of it. As you can see, compared to me, it's going to be a nice high arrangement. And I'm going to be putting this in a place where it'll probably be a wall right behind him. So I'm not going to concentrate on what I'm going to be seeing in the back because we're not going to actually see it. We're just going to be seeing the front and the sides. So when you put your flowers on, you want to keep that in mind, that you're only going to be seeing the front and the sides. Now, when you're making your arrangement, you're probably going to be looking at it, not like I am. I have it so that you guys, however many of you are watching this, so that you guys can see what I'm doing. This is not the way that I would normally do it. I would be looking at it the other way around. But I'm going to work backwards so that you can see this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the height of my arrangement. So I want to pick a nice flower, and I like these mums. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend it slightly forward like that. Just give it a little bit of a bend on the upper stem part. If you can see that against my blue blouse. See, I bent it a little bit because I don't want the flower sticking straight up. I want it facing you. So I'm going to choose my center right about here. And this is going to be the height, right about the height of this little cute little guy here. Now he's got this little bit here, so I'm just going to open that up and make it into a little heart because it's a little wire that I was going to chop off, but I just went ahead and I think it's so you can hang them. That's what that was for, maybe, possibly, but I decided to just fold it into a little heart. Okay, so I've got this flower in here, and that's my height. Now I've got to decide how far out I want, so I'm going to go ahead and get 2 more flowers that are similar to that one, and I'm going to decide how far out I want my arrangement. And this is about how far out I want it all to go, not too much. So I'm going to push these leaves up a little bit, and I'm just going to trim this because I don't need this stem to be that long. And of course, before you put them in, you can put a little bit of glue on your stems. Now, if you feel like you don't want to glue it, just like the Scarecrow, you don't have to put any glue. Just go ahead and insert them, but insert them nice and deep in there. Now, yes, you could stick the whole stem in there. You don't have to cut it off, but you're going to have a lot of trouble because this is packed real tight. This hay is packed real tight to form this rectangle, and there's probably some foam in there somewhere way deep. So you're not going to be able to get the stem in there way too far. That's why you're going to have to trim it. So just keep that in mind, okay? And it is hard, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so once I've placed these flowers here on the side, I'm just going to bend them a little bit so they're facing forward. And this one keeps drooping on me. So there we go. I think he's fine now. Let's put some glue there so he stays in place. Okay. We're going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to push all the foliage that's on it forward. And of course, I'm going to trim it again. Like that. And I'm going to stick this one on this side, again with some glue. And just kind of, you know what, I'm going to redo this one. Stick it sort of at an angle so it faces forward a little bit. I'm going to trim this a little bit more. And there we go. There shouldn't be a problem. It's just one of those days. My lights are going out. I've had to restart this video several times. So it's just one of those days. But you know what? I think this is going to be my last fall arrangement that I make for this season. And I'm going to be starting on Christmas. But before I really get going on Christmas, well, there goes my lights. I think we can work with this light. Okay, we'll just keep going. All right, so I'm having some issues with lights. And then here they are, they're back. Okay, there's one more light that didn't come back on. Let's just get that one on. Okay, what was that? Yeah, the lights went off again. As I said earlier, I'm having some issues that my lights keep going on and off. I'm going to grab all the flowers that look like this. And then the other ones that are similar. And then I'll wait on the other ones in a bit. I'll be using those as well. Okay, so now we've decided our height and we've decided our length. This flower could have been taller. If for some reason you want it to be a lot taller, you can take the stem that we cut off of another one and wire them together and then use some floral tape and actually make this even higher. And I think I'm going to do that. So let me go get my floral tape and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I got my floral tape. I'm going to move this aside. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. You're going to take the stem that you cut off from one of these flowers and add it to this. So about an inch and a half up. And then start putting some wire around it. Just twist it all the way down, the whole connection. Make sure it's all grabbing. And I'll show you this close up so you can see. It's just wrapping the wire around it. Can you see that? Let me hold it up against my blouse. I think it's better. There you go. All right. So then you can also use these little pliers, and that's why I like to have them, so that you can bend those little ends so they don't poke at you. I've got my floral tape. Floral tape is an awesome tool to have. And that's so that you can hide things like this. And the way that it works, it's not really adhesive on its own, so you have to pull on it a little bit to get that adhesive exposed on the tape. And as you roll it, just pull on it. And there we go. Just snip it off with your hands. And there we go. I've got that little bit of wire. I'll cover it up. And it's okay because we're going to cover the whole thing up anyway. So this is a new height. I've got a little bit more. Now there is an item, it's called a floral pick, and they sell them in different lengths. Some of them are shorter and they have a little bit of wire on them so that it's already got its own little wire there so that you can get it onto something like this. And there's some long ones that are up to 12 inches. I'm just bending this. I'm manipulating it so that it's just at the right position that I want it. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, so I've got 3 more of these same kind of flowers. I'm going to have a couple coming out that way, maybe one this way. Okay, so I'm also going to trim a little bit off of that, not too much. A little bit of glue. And this one is just kind of angled as I push it in. Fold my flower a little bit. Okay. I'm going to cut this one a little bit shorter. And I want you to see what I'm kind of forming here. I'm kind of forming a triangle. Okay. So you keep that in mind. And I'm just going to push that in so he's right there. And I want another one right about here where my hand is, right behind the scarecrow. So I'm just going to trim that. A little bit of glue, and right behind the scarecrow, behind his shoulder, about an inch behind him, I'm going to poke that in and then just bend the flower a little bit so that you can see it. Let me show you the back so you can see where I've inserted. the flowers. Okay? So as you're looking at it and you're building this, you're actually looking at the front. So this is what you're doing. Okay? So now we're going to get in some other more flowers, and we're just going to keep building on that same shape. Okay? And some glue. I'm going to put this one just a little bit lower, kind of facing downward. Now you can use the same idea for Christmas, and why not use a little haystack? So don't put any glue on these stems. That way you can just pull them out and you can reuse your haystack for Christmas, and instead use some poinsettias, little pine cones, and other evergreen type of pine needled foliage. This guy doesn't want to stay. Okay, there we go. And I feel like we need one. What do you think? Right about here? I don't want to hide his face, so let's just put him maybe right over here. I like that. Okay. Right there. Right between these two much more orange flowers. Not so forward, a little bit to the side. There we go. I want you to see that side. And now this side. So this, obviously, when you're walking into a room, there goes my lights. Sorry. When you're walking into a room, you'll be able to see that. But this is going to be the back. This is going to be facing the wall. So don't worry about that. Don't waste any material back there. Let's just get it all in the front. But let's not cover our little guy right there. I've got more flowers, and because this bush is awesome. It was a nice big full bush, and there comes my lights, and I hope it's not disturbing you guys. I hope you can still see well. And I've separated now these little mini, I guess they're like little mini mums. Look at that pretty color. I love that color. And then I've got some like orange, kind of like I don't know if they're daisies or sunflowers. They look like a daisy. And they've got those little berries on them. So that's going to add a lot of color. And I've still got the foliage to add, you guys. So this can go really crazy. It can have a lot of stuff. Okay, so these are the next flowers. But remember, I also have these lovely items. And how am I going to attach them? Well, I'm going to use some more of these leftover bits from my stems. And I'm going to insert them into my pumpkins, and then I'm going to stick them into my arrangement. So I'm going to move it over just a little bit because I need to decide, and I'm looking at it so I can see what I'm doing from here. That's why I keep looking at the camera. All right, let's add these little pumpkins in there. I like this orange one for this side right here next to our little Scarecrow because he's got a lot of dark in him, so I just want to add a little more light right here. So he's going to go right in there, so right behind here. These are made from styrofoam. So I'm going to add that in there, and I'm going to put some glue. I don't know why my dog keeps jumping on me. She probably wants some attention. Right, Freya? You're wondering who I'm talking to. She's wondering who I'm talking to up here. Why am I not giving her the attention? You want to make sure you wait till this is dry before you put glue on the end to insert it, okay? That way this pig doesn't end up getting pushed more in there. So let's just put it right there for now. Look at how pretty that looks. Okay. Hello, Freya. Are you okay? Yes. Good girl. She's a good little girl. As you can see, she doesn't make a lot of noise. She only barks when she hears something, and she's a good guard dog. So I think she just wanted to make sure I was giving her some love because we're all alone. Normally when I do my videos, my husband and my son are here, and they're making noise, so she's over there with them. But right now it's so quiet. And she's wondering, Mommy, who are you talking to? Okay, so I'm going to stick this next beautiful green one right here in the front. Stick it right in there. So I stuck a little bit of stem onto it. Let's put it right in here. There we go. You can insert it right in there. Okay, I need more glue into my glue gun, so let's get that in there. Okay. Got one more stick here, and I've got one more pumpkin, and I want it over here somewhere. Now, instead of putting the stick at the bottom of the pumpkin this time, I'm going to put it on the side, right here on the side, because I kind of want it to be facing like that, kind of forward, but a little bit to the side, because we don't want all the pumpkins in the same direction, okay? So let's get some glue onto the end, stick it onto the side, like so, and some more glue on there, and let's poke him right over here. There we go. Let's put him a little more forward. There we go. A little more forward, closer to the other pumpkin. There you go. Okay, now we can use our other flowers. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to fill it in, and I'm going to keep in mind this triangular shape, okay? There you go. This is the peak of our triangle right up here, and that's what I'm working with. So just keep in mind, keep all your flowers within, you know, those heights, okay? You don't want to come sticking out over here, because then you lose that whole shape and it's not going to look pretty, okay? Well, I mean, it could, but if you want to follow a good arrangement form, then just do what I tell you. Do what I tell you, okay? Yes. I did a lot of floral arrangement for a lot of years at Michael's. Okay, so yeah, I picked up some good tips, and I used to do a really good job. Yeah. Okay, did a lot of good sales, a lot of good productivity. Guess you didn't know that about me. So this is the old school way of doing arrangements. Some people are doing them differently now, but this is the old school, and you know what? The shapes are still working, so we're going to keep going with that. Okay, the pumpkins are adding a little bit of weight forward, so I'm going to add some weight in the back, and you can just use some extra stems, or maybe even a little bit of foam with some little marbles or something stuck in there so it doesn't do that. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and leave it alone, because I am going to be sticking some more stems up here, because look, ooh, hello, I can see through, but you don't want to cover it too much, okay? We're probably going to end up doing that because it's fall, and fall, you want it full of life. But when you're making an arrangement for any other occasion, you do want to have some air in between. Not really big spaces like this, but you do want to have some air. You want to imagine little butterflies going through there, flying through your arrangements. So you don't want to overstuff them. But for fall and Christmas, oh, we want to go all the way. Okay, we're going to put this one. Whoops, I was going to put this back here to add some weight back here. There we go. Since I do have a lot of flowers. And this one I'm going to trim, because I'm going to put it on the side over here. Let's move that so you can see. I'm going to put that right about right there. Push it in. Oh my goodness. There goes my lights again. This is going to be a fun video, isn't it? Okay. Oh, the fall gods want me to go and sit down and rest. They don't want me to work. And it's not even fall. We're still in the summer. Oh my gosh. Or is it fall yet? Is it? No? Sorry about that. The lights are back. Move, puppy. Maybe she senses something and she's trying to tell me, Mommy, there's a ghost in the house who keeps turning on and off lights. Okay, maybe. I don't know. This is what happens when I'm alone. I just get weird. Okay, so now we've got these other flowers, and we want to go ahead and put them in. And let's not forget that we still have all of this. So when you're purchasing your floral and your foliage, keep in mind that if those bushes, which I'm getting from Hobby Lobby, are super full of flowers and they're super full of foliage, yeah, it did cost me $20, but I am getting a lot out of it. Now, the regular price was $20, but I got it for $12, so I'm getting a lot of foliage, a lot of flower for that price. Look at that. So when you go into those stores and you're like, oh my God, $20 or $25 for a bush, if it has a lot of stems, if it has more than 12 stems in there, get it, okay? If it has only 5 or 7, no, you want to pay $7 for it at 40% off or more, okay? So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and get these flowers in there as well. Putting some of these towards the back so that We can get some weight back here. Let's put this guy right here. Let's keep following that same height there. One with some little berries right over here. Push it in right there. I want one at the front, and I'm going to grab one with some berries, and I'm going to push the foliage upward, and I'm going to cut it nice and short so that I can put that. Let's get it right in here because we want to get some of that orange right there. Look at that. Isn't that looking pretty? I think it is. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think of other tips to give you. But anyway, keep in mind that you're going to get a lot out of an expensive bush. And if you're getting it on sale, if it's not on sale, they do have a coupon that they do offer. And if you've got your phone and you've got net on your phone, you can obviously go into their Hobby Lobby and their coupon and just show them the coupon from your phone and they will honor it. If you're at home and you can print one out, awesome, great for you. I'm going to put one back here to add some of this orange and bend it forward. I still got a couple more, so I am going to put them a little bit over here in the back just to add some weight because I've got a lot of these stems were either halfway or forward, so it was kind of having my arrangement kind of want to fall forward. So see, it's real easy for it to do that. So I'm going to put these in the back to add some weight because I feel like I've got enough here that you can see it. So let's get that on there. And also when you're looking at it from the side, this back part, and I'm bending the flowers so that you can see them. See, I'm bending the flowers so that you can see them sideways here, so that you can, see them back here rather than, and I'm just going to pull, one of these back a little bit. Here we go. So we don't have so much of that yellow. Look, see? There we go. That's pretty. Now do the same over here. And it's really the pumpkins that added that extra weight that is kind of pulling it forward. So you can just add whatever that has a little bit of weight and stick it in the back so it stays down. Okay, let's get these greenery because it's like, oh my goodness, look how beautiful. It already is just like that. So really with just one bush of flowers, that's enough to make this arrangement. But we're going to keep adding. Yes, we are. And I should have really added some ribbon to this and the bow to this before I got started. But, oh, it's okay. We're going to go ahead and add it afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going to put lots of this greenery back here to make it nice and full. And I'm going to tell you a little secret right now that y'all probably can't tell. But I've got this sciatic nerve that acts up. And it usually does when the weather's about to change. And I think something's going on out there for the situation that these lights keep going on and off. And it is hurting me. So I'm standing here in pain. But I'm going to smile through it, okay? So if you see me flinch or something, that's all it is. I'm in pain. I'm pushing all the foliage to the top of the stem because since it is in the back, you're not going to see it way down if it's way down here. So I'm just pushing it upward. And look, I'm going to go ahead and put some back here. I want you to look at the back. Okay, I'm going to put some back here so that this the stem can fill up the back right over here, and I'm kind of angling it to the side. As you can see, it's angled this way so that when you're looking at it from the side, walking into a room, and this is up against the wall, this has some foliage back there. Now we want to get some foliage up in the front. I'm just going to try and get this done because the lights going on and off are certainly making me very nervous. All right, so I'm just going to stick some foliage up in the front. Try not to hide those beautiful pumpkins. But also, I like these that have these little berries on them. And the ones that don't have any berries, I'm going to go ahead and stick them in the back. And they'll add all that weight that I need. also back there. Let's see. I'm going to look at it from the front. Excuse me. Okay, I think I need some back here behind this pumpkin. And I'm going to need some right in there. So here's one more that has some. And I was talking about this little space right here. Try not to hide the face of my beautiful, beautiful scarecrow person. There we go. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. So cute. It's just so cute. Look at that. Look at that little face. I'm going to push this forward so you can see that. Look at that. Look at how pretty the arrangement is so far. I mean, goodness gracious. Okay, so I've got a ton of this. Now, you could save a lot of this. You could save some of the flowers for a whole other arrangement. Make yourself two of these little scarecrow people and just make your arrangement kind of compacted in this area next to the, and don't make it, you know, don't have it come out of the bale, the bale of straw, the hay bale. Okay. So just do that. I'm going to cut these short and stick a couple way back here just to give some balance back here. This is just for the purpose of this, just to move around on me so much. There we go. But you can certainly use them all in your arrangement where they all show up here in the front. I like this long one. And I'm going to put this one right here so that when you're looking at it from the side, there's more stems there. There's the side. You can see lots of flower there, lots of flower and foliage, and beautiful coverage here. I've still got these two. Like I said, you don't have to use them in your arrangement. Save them for another one. Save some of those flowers for another arrangement. And make two beautiful arrangements. And look, I've covered up the back, and actually the back is now decorative. So, hey, if I want to put it somewhere where now the back is going to show, it's going to be fine because look at that. It's almost a centerpiece that way. You can put it like at a, you know, hallway table or something like that. Okay, let's move these out of the way. And let's get to making our bow. I remember I told you there was going to be a lot of hay. So, that's just the downfall of making arrangements with these haystacks and like the hay wreaths. Like I did the scarecrow one right behind me. This is going to actually go on my front door. I haven't put it on yet because it's not quite fall. But I've been working on things way early because I want to get these videos out so that you can start watching them now. And you can go get your items and start making your items for fall. And like I said earlier, I think this is going to be my last fall item that I make for this season because I want to get started on Christmas. But before I get started on Christmas, I'm going to show everyone how to create handmade bows. So yes, I'm going to be putting a bow on this. I'm not going to be showing you too much detail, but I will have another video. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after because I might have another fall. I do have another idea for another fall, a little fall project, but maybe I'll fill them in the same week. I don't know yet. So just so you know, I had asked some people, do you want me to show you how to make handmade bows? And someone responded and said, yes. Ooh, this little pumpkin fell off. We're just going to move it out of the way for now. They said, yes. One person did. And that's good enough for me. They want to see me do handmade bows because I obviously did them a little too quick. And the reason that I was doing that was because I wanted somebody to say, yes, show us how to make handmade bows. And I do. So I am just wrapping the bale of hay, or the bale of hay, the haystack. I'm just wrapping that up with a ribbon around the whole thing, all the way to the back. So what I'm going to do in the back, you can either put some glue and then just stick it down and then glue on the other and then stick it down. But I'm going to use my floral pins because like I said, you can repurpose this haystack for Christmas. Okay? So if you're spending a lot of money on these things, you want to be able to reuse some items. And if you don't glue them down, you can just take them off roll up the piece of ribbon, take off all your stems, put them together, put them in a nice little bag. You can use the same bag which you got when you purchased it. Put it all in there so that you can store them away in your storage boxes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not gluing this on so I can take it off, and then I can redo this for Christmas. I'm going to reuse the haystack. There goes those lights again. I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to put this pumpkin back in here because he came out. And you saw me put glue, but then you saw that it came out easily. So, okay, so now I'm going to make a bow because I'm going to put a bow down here. Oh, there goes the lights. And this ribbon is 10 yards of ribbon. I'm obviously not going to use all of it. I use maybe 2 feet to wrap around the haystack here. Let's see. I think I said the haystack was 11 inches, and that's almost a foot. 11 inches, and then maybe 5. So maybe 3 feet, closer to 3 feet than 2 feet of a yard. Let's just say a yard of ribbon to wrap around the haystack. So now I'm going to need 3 yards of ribbon to make my bow. I know exactly what 3 yards of ribbon is without measuring it out. You can measure it out, or more or less, you know, if you can figure out 3 feet, 3 feet. For me, 3 feet is from my right shoulder to the tip of my fingers if I pull my arm out. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to get 3 yards of ribbon. Now you can just buy a ribbon that has 3 yards in it. Use one of the yards to wrap around. We're just going to let the ribbon fall. I'm not going to bend over to get it. You can just use 1 yard of ribbon to wrap around the haystack and use 2 yards of ribbon to make your bow. Now, you don't have to wrap the ribbon around. You can just make a bow. Okay, so if you have a 3 yard roll of ribbon that you got from the Dollar Tree, which would be awesome, then do that. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with a little tail, and I'm just going to do about 6 inches of tail. And I'm just going to twist and loop. Again, I'm going to have a video on this, so I'm going to do this nice and carefully so that you can see this close up. For now, I'm just going to loop, twist, loop, pinch. It's pinch, twist, and loop. Pinch, twist, and loop. Pinch, twist, and loop. And I'm going to do as many loops as will come out of my 3 yards of a ribbon, with leaving a little bit for a tail. And that's it. And how many loops did I get? I got 8 with these 2 bits of a ribbon for tail. And I need some wire. Normally I like to have my wire already cut up, or you can just use some chenille stems, or pipe cleaners. You can use those to wrap around your bows. I like using floral wire because you absolutely don't see it. It's almost invisible in there. You can certainly use, let me get one more light on here. You can certainly use chenille stems. Those are awesome. Okay, then the other thing that I want to do, and I told you earlier about using little wooden floral picks, and they come with a little wire on them. Those are great to put on here, and then use a wire to wrap around on the bow, so that then you have a little wooden stick on here to insert. Now, I have some somewhere, and I'm not going to dig for them right now because this, like I said, this light going on and off is making me very nervous. So I'm just going to take another stem piece from what I was cutting from the flowers, and I'm going to wrap around that piece of wire that was on my bow. That's why I cut a nice long piece. Again, I'm wrapping it around. It's nice and good on there. So now I'm going to, and you could save these little sticks because they're useful for something, like you saw I'm doing this. I'm going to wrap some floral tape around it. I don't have to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just for the heck of it. All right. Now I'm going to ask you another question, and I want to do this because I'm going to be doing the bow video, how to make handmade bows, and then after that I'm going to be doing Christmas crafts. So then, of course, after that, it won't be Christmas anymore. It'll be New Year's, and then, of course, just our regular seasons. So I wanted to ask you, do you want me to do a basic floral arrangement tutorial for you where I show you the different shapes of floral arrangements? If yes, please leave a nice comment down below so that I'll know that you're going to want to see that, and I can make different styles of floral arrangements for you, just the basic shapes, and then from there you can do anything. But it's basically just letting you know what are the tools to use, what are the shapes to follow, and so forth if you want to make a pretty arrangement. And then of course you can go from there by according to seasons and your decor and obviously your own personal taste. So now that I've got this little thing on here, I've trimmed my edges, so I have that cute little bit there, and I've got a nice little stick on here, and now it's a little bit too long, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it, and I'm going to stick that right up here in the front, kind of under this green pumpkin, but a little bit to the left of it. So I'm just going to insert it in there. Just insert the stick in there. Just push it in. I'm going to use the flat part of my wire cutters to push at the edge of the floral stick. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. And I'm going to bring this. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, so then this, oops, let me turn it around so we see the pretty side of this pretty. I'm going to bring this tail up into here and onto the lap of my Scarecrow person. So what I did is the tail, I just tucked it underneath and brought it up through here, and I kind of bent it because it's got wires, so just bend it. See, it's all bent. And then I just tucked it in right there onto his lap. There you go. There's the bow. I'm going to turn it around so I can look at it because I need to fluff up my bow. And that's another thing that I'm going to show you in the bow making tutorial. I'm going to give you a little tip on fluffing and shaping your bows. So does that entice you into leaving a comment down below and saying yes? I really appreciate your comments. You know, let me know what you thought of the idea, if you're going to try it. If there's something that you want to see, please, please, please leave me a comment down below. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it if you hit that like button. Even if you don't do the craft, please give me a like button. It really helps me out, and it really helps me out if you share. If you share, that was a weird sound that I heard right now. If you share my videos on your social media, whether you share them on Twitter or whether you share them on your Facebook, whatever social medias that you have that you're able to share, I would really appreciate that. It would help me to get more people watching my videos, and maybe some more people that will subscribe. So if you're not subscribed, just hit the little subscribe button. It's very easy. You don't have to go to some separate page to do that. There's a little button somewhere around here with my logo on it. There's also down below should be a red button that says subscribe. Just hit that. It's super easy. You'll get notifications of when my videos come up. I try to do a craft video on Tuesday and a food video on Friday. Now, that's my other thing that I wanted to ask, and if I don't get answers, well, I'll probably just decide on my own. But from here on, do you just want to see craft videos for Christmas, or do you still want to see the food? Because I do have some food videos that I can still put up on Fridays. But if you want to just see craft, just Christmas, 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 up until November maybe, so I can do October and November, just Christmas crafts, let me know if you just want to see crafts. Skip the food, even though I could sneak in a quick little Christmassy kind of a food item in there between the videos. Anyway, I want to be really busy, so let me know in the comments below. Look at this. There's our beautiful arrangement. Now, if you remember, at the beginning of my video, I showed you a little arrangement, and this arrangement had all these pretty little cotton bits. What do you think? I think it's going to be overkill if I add them in there. I mean, they do add a beautiful lightness to the arrangement, but you know what? I'm not going to use them because it would have been better if I used less of the flowers, less of the foliage, and then incorporated these guys in there. But look how pretty they would look in there. Just imagine some of the flowers gone and these guys in there in place. That would look really pretty. then again, let's save some money and not get those and just do this. I hope you like my arrangement idea. I hope that you will make it or you will follow something similar. If you want to do it for Christmas, put a little snowman instead of your scarecrow. There you go. Give me a like, big old thumbs up, nice comment down below, subscribe and share, and as always, enjoy.